Hey everyone, and thanks for jumping back into the cryptoverse. Today we're going to talk about the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation over the macro scale. If you guys like the content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Let's go for 100,000 subscribers. Give the video a thumbs up, and also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Let's go ahead and jump in. So we've been following this Ethereum move against Bitcoin for a while. As we said a year ago, it's not a sprint, it's a marathon. It's not something that we're going to just blast our way through in order to see the ultimate, change of Ether's paradigm shift or a new paradigm shift of the Ether Bitcoin valuation. Now, one of the things we've discussed is, well, if we look at the last cycle, we had a structure that repeated itself. So we had kind of our last gas phase, accumulation, double peak, second, one peak, two peaks, our last gas, if you will, followed by accumulation. Again, peak, second peak, last gas here, and then followed by accumulation. And then this cycle, we said we're probably not going to see something exactly the same way because we expect the ROI of Ethereum against Bitcoin to be somewhat diminished. Okay, we don't expect it to go up this quickly. And so far, as we've seen over the last year, that's exactly what we're seeing. We're seeing a much more methodical move up rather than as explosive as we've seen in the past. Now, one of the things we identified is that historically it seemed that our last gas phase corresponded to the next accumulation phase. You can see that there, and then you can see it here. This cool down before the final capitulation corresponded to a future accumulation. In the same manner, the double peak corresponded to this cool off phase before capitulation. So this chart has actually not changed. If you guys go back on the channel and watch these videos on Ether Bitcoin, we've had these exact circles drawn, the exact, these exact areas to show you where we'd be accumulating. In fact, we said when we were in the blue region, we said that this green area would be our next accumulation phase for the Ether Bitcoin valuation, and that we would likely spend a significant amount of time in it. And so far, you can see that we in fact have spent a decent amount of time in it, approximately half a year already, and we might spend a lot more time in it. So a lot of this will obviously depend on the health of Bitcoin. If Bitcoin capitulates or something, then we would expect Ethereum to not hold up so strongly. But if Bitcoin keeps going sideways or continues to trend up, then there could be a dance back and forth with Ethereum and Bitcoin. So far, we have maintained ourselves in, say, our new reaccumulation phase. And it's possible that we stay in here for a while. It's also possible that we come above it and then ultimately come back down at some point later on. So one of the things we've talked about too is this trend. This was our general uptrend for the last market cycle. So we were generally on this uptrend as we navigated the last cycle, right? So we had a blast off here, a second blast off, and then our last one that ultimately ended the bull market of 2016 and 2017. And then following this, we had a bear market where we just systematically saw the Ethereum valuation against Bitcoin drop fairly systematically from 2017 all the way until the beginning of 2020. And then starting in 2020, we're drawing the same trend line we drew before on all the other charts when we showed this graph. This is what I'm speculating is our general uptrend channel for Ethereum against Bitcoin over the entire market cycle. Obviously, when we look at the Ethereum Bitcoin valuation as just measured in 2020 and early 2021, we clearly have it a lot more narrow, but we expanded the tolerance on this to try to show what I expect to happen over the entire market cycle. Now, again, none of this is financial advice. Obviously, parts of this could be wrong. It's possible we come above it. It's possible we come below it. But we've had this drawn for about a year now, and so far we're still moving in our general uptrend channel. And in fact, right now we're more or less at the halfway point. So Ether Bitcoin, as we've stated, tends to do very well in Q1. Every time Bitcoin bleeds, it seems like Ethereum bleeds a little bit in the short term, but it's continuing to gain on the Bitcoin valuation. and it's continuing to completely erase a lot of its losses against Bitcoin that we experienced in Q4, just as we expected that Q1 for Ethereum would usher in against Bitcoin. So this chart, again, is just supposed to show the macro structure of the cycle for Ether Bitcoin. It's not a sprint, it's a marathon, and it's going to take us, I think it's going to take us a long time. There's going to be times where it goes up, there's going to be times where it goes down, there's going to be boring times, of course, where it goes sideways, and we start thinking, why hasn't Ethereum done anything in a long time? But the moral here is that, again, it's going to take us a while to navigate this cycle, and we want to be there every step of the way. So if you guys like the content, remember to subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Also check out the Telegram channel, which you can find a link to in the description below. Remember, we also have the premium list at intothecryptoverse.com. You get access to weekly reports, weekly videos, a Telegram alerts channel, a Telegram chat room, a risk dashboard, trading view indicators. You get access to a whole lot of stuff. So make sure you guys check it out, intothecryptoverse.com. If you pay with crypto, you can get a 15% discount, but you have to pay for 6 or 12 months. So 12 months gets you a 15% discount. And then finally, if you want to sign up if you don't want to bother with, say, monthly subscriptions or anything like that, we do have a lifetime deal continuing to go on until the end of January. So make sure you guys check that out, and you can find a link to that lifetime deal in the description below. That'll wrap it up for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.